to say you're the best team in England.
Yeah.
But are you even the best team in London? Did we discuss SFL?
We're talking about SFL, whether you like it or not, bro.
A team's come into your league, won it, and now are leaving. That is the biggest violation for me. If I'm going to join a league, I'd rather join their league than SFL.
Did he snake you?
Depends how you look at it.
You think he went for clout?
For me personally, at the time I was disappointed. How can you want anything negative from someone who's striving for greatness?
What's going on, people, and welcome back to Rootz TV. And look, man, I got my guy Kevs from Hatch Lane, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all good, man.
Long time no see, man.
It's been a minute, man. It's been a minute, been on Rootz TV, but we're here.
Yeah. See, you come down to West London, man. Welcome to my studio.
I can't complain. I can't complain. Do you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, I'm blessed to be here. That's the most important thing.
Weather's decent as well. You're in the home of real football, man. I know they always say about East London and South London.
Wait, what do you mean by real football?
Football, man. You got goals over there. You know, so many viral moments have happened over there. You got kids training in the background there. Coaching, like, where else is there better to be, man?
I mean, I know a place called Hackney Marshes in East, but we'll leave that for another day. We'll leave that one for another day.
Must be somewhere foreign, man. I don't know. But anyway, man, you all good though?
I'm all good, man. I can't complain.
Good stuff.
Can't complain.
I'm glad to hear it. We're going to get into a lot of stuff today. We've got a lot of things to get through.
I can imagine there's certain questions that people have been wanting to ask Hatch, but let's see if we can dive into them. You know?
Yeah, but before we get into that, I've got a few quick fire questions to get through.
All right.
You ready for them?
Yeah, let's go, man.
It's got to be straight off the dome. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Yeah?
Let's go.
Okay, right. Best team in London.
Best team in London this year?
You've got to be quick fire, remember?
Credit where credit's due, Baiteze.
Okay, best team in Sunday League.
In London or in general?
In Sunday League. Remember, Sunday League's up and down the country, you know? All around, not just London. That's what I said, London first and then Sunday League. Remember, it's quick fire. Come on, Kevs.
All right. Ooh. Listen, it pains me to say it, but it is Baiteze.
Okay. Best pitch in Sunday League.
Best pitch in Sunday League?
Yeah. I'm talking carpet material.
Carpet material, grass, rotted.
Best pitch, it could be 4G.
I'm going to go with our new home for next season, Parslows Park.
Okay. Best keeper in Sunday League.
Best keeper in Sunday League, Martin Arnauchkov.
Ooh, okay.
Martin
He's back to his
Arnauchkov.
boy. All right. Best league in Sunday League. I don't know what that means. Talk to me.
Essex Corinthian League.
Okay. He's back in his league. All right. Best kit in Sunday League.
Ooh, I don't know the name of the team.
Do you want to circle back to that one?
Yeah, we'll come back to that one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's on your Insta.
Okay. Best defender in Sunday League.
Best defender in Sunday League.
You can put yourself in there if you want to, mate.
Not after this season. No way. Not after this season. I would say, for me, definitely last season especially, Billy Gollage. But he's been injured this year. I'd say Billy and Saul, if they're actually fit, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Best manager in Sunday League.
Best manager in Sunday League. I would say Oz.
That's what you want to say? Is that what you're going with?
Yeah, I'm going with Oz, yeah.
Okay,
I'm going with Oz.
Fair enough. Best YouTube channel in Sunday League.
Best YouTube channel in Sunday League is Esidons.
Okay. Best midfielder in Sunday League.
So there's one player that, two players, one or two?
We'll hear them both out.
All right, cool. So one is Highgate's number 4, Lonit.
Yeah.
He's the only player I feel we've never got close to. And this season, if we're talking, what's his name? K-Runner, Esidons, found the pockets. Found the pockets. I'm not going to give away too much about that game, but yeah.
Fair enough. Best commentator in Sunday League. So you got Joel Mensah, you got Don Strapsy, you've got yourself.
Kirk. I would say.
You got Manny, who does his own commentary for Under the Radar.
I do like Kitcheners, but I'm going to say Strapsy.
Okay, fair enough. Best game of the season.
I voted on that one as well.
Which one did you vote for though?
What did the London Cup final finish score?
3-1 to 3-1 to Baiteze.
No. Hatch against Baiteze.
Yeah. Even though you lost.
Yeah. No, for me, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, if you.
Even though you gave away.
If you factor in the whole 90 minutes.
Yeah.
For a neutral, that's of course that was a great game, man.
Yeah. That's why I had to throw it in there. Sorry, mate.
Cool.
Yeah. Best striker in Sunday League.
Dan Coldridge.
Okay. And we're gonna circle back to that best kit one. You've thought about it yet?
I'm going to say I like the all-white kit.
For
Dons.
the Dons?
Yeah, I just like all-white, for me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll go with that one.
For me, it would be either Dons or I always love Hackney Wick's kits that they bring
The
out.
navy blue.
The Hackney Wick with the
Oh, Hackney Wick.
yeah, with the collaboration with
But they're
Top
not
Boy.
Sunday League.
I know, but I was cheating. I know, but again, if you're talking Sunday League, yeah, it would probably be Dons.
Yeah. I mean, ours is pink and whatnot, but we'll see what we got for next season.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's have a little breakdown and a review of the season, man. How's the season gone as a whole for you?
Underwhelming. Everyone connected with Hatch, we know that. And I don't want to get into the excuses and things like that, because at the end of the day, we have a target on our back and there's expectations for us to lift trophies. We've never gone a season where we haven't lifted trophies. I know some teams have, but we will get into that a little later on. Yeah, the league for us, of course we wanted to three-peat. We weren't able to do that. The league was over in December.
In December?
It was over for us in December, and that was our own wrongdoings. We threw away games, whether that being last-minute goals conceded, whatever, drop points here and there, a lack of dedication amongst ourselves. We know what happened through the season. The Nationals, that was probably the biggest disappointment. Going down to, beating the wall like a week or two prior. Everyone turns up. Now we're having to travel down to South London.
Yeah.
And there's only 10 players.
Why is that
for big nationals?
Why is that lack of commitment? I know you usually get it in Sunday League, but again, for like you said, a big nationals game, why is only 10 players rocking up?
Do you know what? I think where we've got new players, a lot of them don't actually understand the FA Sunday Cup and what it actually means. Whereas if you've been in grassroots football and you've played Sunday consistently, you understand what that trophy means. So I think them boys just thought it was a jolly up. I can't be bothered to go down to South London, all these things. Whereas the Wall were prepared. It was GBG for them. Do you know what I'm saying? They didn't like the way they lost against us. They were 2-0 up against us when we beat them. So they came prepared, we let ourselves down. So of course, that's 2 trophies gone. And then you had the London Cup and the way we lost that. That was ridiculous. Tactically, I don't think that we equipped ourselves correctly, even at half-time against the Dons. But again, there's things that we could have, done better in. So they're the 3 main trophies that we feel we underachieved in. Of course, the Essex Cup was a goal of mine from 2 years ago now. Yeah. Last year we didn't win it. We won't talk about that one. But we managed to win it this season. So of course, it keeps the run going for, what is that now? 16 years of winning trophies. Yeah. But as a collective, when we really sit down, it wasn't a good season for Hatch.
What's been the drop-off down to? Because again, you've gone from winning leagues and whatever to practically nothing this season.
And that's what it actually seems like.
Yeah.
Genuinely, it seems like that because, yeah, we won the cup, but we've always been a team that don't celebrate.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd ever celebrate properly until we win the Nationals.
Yeah.
Genuinely speaking, London Cup, we got through to the final, we won it, great. Celebrated for a few minutes, but that's just the way we are. Yeah. We expect Wick to win. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of pressure on the boys, but I just think it's a mixture of a lot of things. There's teams who are after you, who are improving, and where you have a certain standard. If you don't maintain that or exceed, then you're gonna crumble. And no one's here to be listening to excuses. Do you know what I mean? I don't like doing the whole excuses thing. I listen to some teams. We never had this player. We never had that player. I try to stay out of that. Yeah. I try to stay out of that because essentially, no one gives a shit. Yeah. I don't know.
Do you think?
No one gives a shit, man.
Yeah.
I'll be real. Like, if you're a big team, if one player's gone, you're expected to replace that player with another top player. It's just that simple. That's why I don't feel no type of way for the big teams when they're losing, because you should be able to attract the better players. Do you get what I'm saying?
Do you think you put a target on your back when you won?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think where we started Hatch Lane TV and won straight away. Yeah. When we was kind of, I wouldn't say at our prime, but at our healthiest. Yeah. Everyone was healthy that season. Yeah. I don't know what happened that year.
Because you beat Dons that year, right?
Yeah.
You beat Dons that year, and I think that kind of gave you a spike. And then obviously when you beat Baiteze to the title, that gives you a spike as well. So everyone's oh, there's another team in that league. And then there's more eyes on you now.
Facts.
So there's higher expectations. And then obviously people leave, which we'll get onto in a bit. But I don't know, how do you manage that? As a club, not just yourself.
By doing the same thing that the Ops done this season. Last season, we know what happened with them. They underperformed. But I give them a lot of credit because I genuinely do. One thing that I respect, and I know, you know, they done an end of review season, whatever it was last season, and people don't like to talk about other teams and they're shying away from questions. I give credit where credit's due. Billy done a hell of a job, or their management team, because when the ship was sinking at the end of the season last season, he still managed to put out a team. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's difficult, you know. When you're losing, you've got nothing to play for from early, you're not no finals or whatever, it's hard to get players to turn up.
Yeah, like they're saying, what's the worth it?
What's
the worth? Like me rocking up on a Sunday, 10:30, there's nothing to play for. Why am I rocking up?
Exactly.
So
I give him a lot of credit for doing that. And yeah, we won the league, blah blah, against them, and people are gonna, our players are gloating and things like that. But like, yeah, I give credit because what happened was they went through pre-season and they upgraded. They brought in new players, and that's the only thing that you can do as management or as a club. You have to keep on evolving, adapting, and improving. And they brought in new players and they're reaping the rewards this season. Do you get what I'm saying?
Is that where you reckon you lot went wrong? You didn't recruit well?
We didn't. Our summer was shocking. Management will tell you that. A load of different factors. We played a part ourselves. That's why now we are getting on top of things and putting things in place behind the scenes. So that's why I say we let ourselves down. That's the only line that I can say when it comes to last season. Prepared to, what is it? Fail to prepare and prepare to fail. And that's what happened with us last season. So yeah, man, that's all I can put it down to.
The Baiteze rivalry, where does that stem from? Is that just generally just because you're in the same league and obviously they were the top dogs, or is there something else behind it? Obviously you know a lot of players from their team and vice versa. Where does that come from, that rivalry?
What is a rivalry?
You got Manchester United versus Arsenal, Man United versus Liverpool, that's a rivalry. Sometimes it can be due to geographical locations, it can be due to, you the top dogs. Like I said, you won a League One season, they've won it this season. A competitive edge, that's the rivalry. Like, is it they're nicking your players, you're nicking their players? Like, what is it, man? Talk to me, man.
This is the first time I'm going to talk about it. Probably maybe the first and only time, because I haven't said anything, and if you know me, I'm petty. I keep receipts, every single receipts throughout the season. I might not act on it, might not talk about it, but I keep receipts. But yeah, I've got pelters left, right and centre. But if you actually do the studies, we don't call anyone out. We don't call them out. For some reason, whether it be 3 seasons ago, they're on camera, Hatch Lane this, Hatch Lane that, and then it's the next season. Even after beating them to the league, it's Hatch Lane this, Hatch Lane that, 1A, 2B, best YouTube team, all this kind of stuff. Cool, we leave it. The following season, we win the league again against them. In the summer, it's still Hatch Lane. So I don't understand where the talk is from their side, but I get it.
So it's one-sided, you said?
It's always been one-sided. For me, it's always been one-sided.
You saying jealousy or what?
How can it be jealousy though?
Because you were winning stuff, innit?
But in year 1, you won the Nationals. What is there to be jealous about?
But again, we'll get into this later on, but sometimes you got to win what's in your backyard first. I know the Nationals, in people's eyes, trumps, your league. But again, if you want to be the Kings, you know how it is, innit?
No, 100%.
I want to be the king of West London. You want to be the king of East London, that sort of thing. But again, if a team that's local to me keeps winning it, then they're going to start poking the bear, innit?
Do you know what it is? I think the way we think and the way certain clubs think is completely different. Because I know if roles were reversed, we wouldn't be behaving like that.
Yeah.
Because you win the Nationals, cool. It gives you the right, in some ways, to say you're the best team in England.
Yeah.
But are you even the best team in London?
That was the conversation.
Are you the best team in London? Are you the best team in your league? Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So Hatch Lane were at that year.
Yeah.
we didn't take part. I didn't enter us into the nationals that year. That might have been a regret of ours, but we didn't know. How can you predict the future?
Yeah.
We didn't know where we was going to be. We didn't know what kind of players we was going to get. Had we been in the nationals that year, who knows? Had we won 4, I would have just quit. Yeah, boom, hang my boots up. Do you get what I'm saying?
So you're saying what, the rise was quite quick?
The rise was quick for us, but to go back to topic, yeah, I think it was definitely one-sided. It has been over the last couple of years. I think with certain players that we have in our teams, I'll name drop people like Ash, Dre, them kind of players, Kirk, all over social media. These players are active,
Yeah.
but they have reasons to be active.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Whereas now, for the first time, the roles are reversed.
Yeah.
Because they beat us. We didn't beat them this season. Do you get what I'm saying? So
They did a double of you?
no, we drew the first game because we conceded in the last.
Oh yeah, 3-3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And 4-3, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I played a big part in that, but nevertheless, that wouldn't have changed the outcome in terms of who lifts the trophy.
Yeah.
Because again, that's where things normally they'll beat us at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Get 3 points, talk all over Twitter and all these things. But at the end of the season, we're lifting trophies against them. So it's like we try not to talk too much throughout the season, but we have to deal with that from their side. I get it. You've got a huge following. You've got to drive whatever engagement and all that kind of stuff.
I see the Dons do it all the time. Like,
I can't be mad at that.
yeah. They do it all the time in terms of like creating rivalries. Because again, it's good for entertainment, isn't it? You know, if you're playing in a league, you want that sort of rivalry. It's like WWE.
Facts.
That's how I see it like. So I get it. But do you genuinely believe you're playing in the best league, Essex Corinthian? Like pound for pound, bearing in mind, obviously, there's the SFL League, which we'll talk about in a bit. Barnet Sunday League, obviously over in North London. Do you genuinely believe you're playing in the best league in London?
3 years ago, I would tell you Barnet League is the best league. 3 years ago, I would tell you about Barnet League.
But when they had Rising Ballers, Takers, Highgate, obviously they've gone back now. Oakwoods,
Trabs.
yeah, Trabs, yeah.
That's huge. That's 5 huge teams, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I say 3 years ago, I would tell you that that is the best Sunday league about. Did we discuss SFL?
We're talking about SFL whether you like it or not, bro. You can't come to West London and not talking about SFL. Yes, what do you think this is? Come on, man. But I was asking you the question: do you believe Essex Corinthian is the best league in London?
It is, because 2 of the last 3 years you've got National Champion and you've got 2 different London Cup champions, and you've got an Essex Cup champion inside. 2 different Essex Cup champions in there. Yeah, cool. You might say SFL now has Hammersmith, who are Middlesex and Surrey champions, and you've got Barnet, who are umpteen times whatever champions they are, and they've just won the SFL. You know,
Highgate, you mean? Yeah.
Highgate, yeah. What did I say?
To Barnet.
Oh yeah, Highgate, Highgate Albion. So the way I look at it is, for me, our league is the best. It's the strongest. That's just me personally. We go further in competitions than the teams that are in SFL. That's just my opinion.
Okay. So talk to me about the teams then. Who's the strong 5? Because you mentioned 3 years ago Barnet Sunday League was the best because it had 5 strong teams. Who's your strong 5?
I mean, let's not take into consideration the league table this season. Yeah. Because the league table will tell you things that aren't true. But Hats, Baiteze, Flyhouse, Brook, when they want to put out their actual proper team, that's 4 right there. Critics, I know they've come in straight away and finished 2nd. They're a good team. Yeah, that for me. And now we've got new teams coming into the league this season. I've seen the constitution for next season. I mean, AC Milan are a good team, but I'm not gonna. You need to show me first. Yeah. But they're the 5 teams that I would say are, for me, at the top of our, of our division. So they're beating. Okay, now we'll do comparisons. Okay. So are they beating? Let's say, obviously Highgate now to Barnet. We'll talk about them in a second. But SFL, we've got SE Dons, as you know, under the radar. Hammersmith Town, to my knowledge, is still in there. Oh gosh, I'm stuck now. Hatcham. Okay, you got 4 there. Kumasi Strikers. Yeah, they're good. But let's say those 4. Let's do 4 for 4. Does your 5 beat the 4 that I mentioned? Saha. Let's play Saha. Okay. There you go. There's your 5. 5v5. Yeah. Who's stronger out of those 2 sets of teams? I think we come out on top.
Really?
I'd love to see that in the London Cup one day. I think we come out on top.
Yeah?
Because I think for us, it's more we get consistency with players more so than they do down south. That's my personal opinion. And I'll give you a prime example. You play against the teams in our league. You've got players who are making their debuts for you. You've got players who haven't been seen on your YouTube channel for a few years. And then the following week you don't see them. And that's a league game.
Yeah.
That for me says it all. Whereas we're in the same league as these teams.
Yeah.
We have to, players have to turn up. Yeah, I think our team trumps SFL. I know that's going to be up for debate and whatnot, whatever, but that's my opinion.
Okay, so let me take 5 from the Barnet Sunday League now. So obviously, Highgate Albion's going to be in there. Olympia, Zaza, quite good. Trabs, and Memechik.
Memechik, yeah.
Have I missed anyone?
Is Oakwood still around?
No, Oakwood, they folded.
Yeah, you missed the most important one.
Who?
NLA.
Of course, NLA. Okay, right. So who should we take out? Let's take out Memechik for now.
All right.
Okay. So
NLA. Yeah.
Highgate, NLA, Olympia, Trabs. Who's the other one I said? And Zaza. Let's say those 5 versus your 5.
They could probably come out on top.
Yeah?
Yeah, 3-2 or something like that. I think so. Yeah.
So you're now saying Barnet is stronger than Essex Corinthian?
Yeah, because their teams are proven.
Yeah.
Like, we know their teams. We know what they're about. Whereas, Flyhouse have won, Baiteze, Hatch, Brook. I know that I can rely on those teams. But I just feel like those teams that you named in Barnet League are strong. Yeah, man. They're good, man.
Okay.
They're good.
Fair enough. Let's talk about the highlights of the season for you then. What's been like the plus points for you this season? Best game, best goal, that sort of thing.
Being a critic, I'm thinking to myself, has there been many?
There's gotta be. Come on,
From
Kev. It's not
our
been all
side.
bad.
Okay, so Samurai's goal was goal of the season for me.
Okay.
Against Baiteze, the moment and whatnot.
Yeah. Is that the equaliser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In like the 88th minute or whatever minute it was.
Yeah.
So that was my goal of the season. We've had some. What has actually happened this season? Obviously the Essex Cup, the whole run up, the semi-final, scoring 2 goals in the last 2 minutes, league, making his comeback. That was huge for us because, one thing I know is had we have lost to Wilmington Newtown in the semi-final, social media would have had a frenzy.
Why?
Because that's Hatch not winning anything in the season for the first time and losing to a team who's not based in London.
Yeah.
You can imagine what that would have been like. Do you get what I'm saying? So that was huge for us. And once we got to the final, once I put the message inside the group and I found out the players were there, I never doubted it.
Yeah.
I never doubted it because our players are like that. When it comes to finals and, oh man, don't even get me started. Don't even.
Talk to me, man. What do you mean?
Don't even.
Well, they let you down or what?
Don't even.
Or they're there for the glory and not for the grind.
Well, a lot of people say if you have to play Hatch past April, you're in trouble. And it's proven on YouTube.
Why? Because that's where they come out to play.
We've had players on the contract up until April.
Okay.
Right? Over the last few years. Now you see them on our channel.
Yeah.
Past April.
Yeah.
We've had to deal with every team has to deal with that predominantly. But if you look at the last couple of seasons, excluding this season, players make returns. For example, Jermaine played in our last game against Brook. He's a professional now. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we could have done with him, but we were out of all competitions.
Yeah.
So we normally pick up points later on.
Yeah.
But where we messed ourselves up early on, we'd never,
Well, isn't that a problem for a lot of these teams now going forward? Because they're going from being Sunday League to Sunday League reincarnated with a bunch of step 3, step 4 players in there. Do you know what I mean? You see it in Baiteze, you see it in SC Dons, you see it in yourselves. Like, it's not Sunday League, beer bellies, let's just go for a little laugh, that sort of thing. And it's now being like an extension of non-league now, isn't it?
The question is it a good thing or a bad thing? It depends what you wanna see.
I think it's good for the competitive nature, but again, at the same time, I don't know. If I just wanted to kick about with my mates, I'm not going to play in any of those 3 leagues that I mentioned because I'm not of that level. I'm not of that standard. I want to just be an old timer and then just have a little laugh and a kick about. Whereas I'm seeing a lot of young semi-pros in there, like you just mentioned. After April, all the semi-pros are coming back into Sunday League. That's not Sunday League. I'd rather play in goals or something.
No, I know, but it's good for that specific league,
Yeah.
for the highest league. You know, you don't have to play in that league, but you also understand what comes with putting yourself in that league.
Yeah.
These teams are on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can't be bringing my man who's whatever kilograms to be playing, because there's a chance he can get embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Now, real talk.
Yeah, because you're getting battered.
Yeah, 100%. And there's teams
and it's getting filmed. And it's getting clipped up by me.
Right, exactly. If a man's, okay. And there's been a lot of teams who have complained about YouTube teams filming after the match has already happened.
Yeah.
But you knew it beforehand, so why are you saying stuff afterwards?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So
you didn't realise what the scoreline was going to be.
You didn't realise what the score exactly, or walking off the pitch before the game's finished. But that's a different show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Sunday League, you've got the higher tier of teams who are trying to propel the scene to a different light.
Yeah.
And the more teams that join that, because we was once that team as well, looking to get onto the YouTube scene and get to where we are today, to then elevate and whatnot. So I encourage teams, if you want to be the best and you've got individuals that want to play against the top teams, go for it. Create a team, put yourself in the top division, be proven. I wouldn't necessarily say go into the league straight away. Go a season first. You need to get a season under your belt, because once you put yourself into that top league, it's not this, it's not easy.
Yeah.
And you've seen many teams, especially in the other league, they think that they can handle it against the big boys, and then after a couple of games, a couple of defeats, they're withdrawing themselves.
You talking about SFL, yeah?
I'm not saying no names.
Come on, man, we're not doing that, bro.
I ain't saying no names.
You're seeing a lot of teams, because again, in the first 2 seasons of SFL, which we'll go on to next, there's a lot of teams that have either folded or they've just withdrew. Do you know what I mean? Like the first season, I think 3 dropped out, and then this season, another 3 dropped out. And I put up a post, and I know you were behind the reaction. Who's next to join the SFL? And then I saw what popped up on my stories, and this is edited as well, so you took time to edit it as well, because I think I had Baiteze in my palm of my hand, and I had the SFL logo in the palm of my hand. And then what was in the palm of my hand this time round? The Hatch Lane logo. So is that you saying now that Hatch Lane are joining the big time? They're joining the SFL.
See, right now, I can't confirm nor deny anything. What I will say is shout out to my boy V, because I think he's the only, besides Derek and Selly and Ben, V's the only person that I've actually discussed the SFL at length. Not Jamal, just V. And this is when everything was getting put into place. I said the things that I liked, I said the things that I didn't like.
Which are? Come on.
Travelling was number 1.
Yeah.
That's why I give huge credit to Highgate to go from north to south
and Hammersmith
win. And Hammersmith as well.
They're coming from these sides to south.
That's long journeys.
Yeah, on a Sunday, the Lord's Day.
That's long journeys, so that's why I give huge respects to those teams for doing that and competing in that league. Because there is a lot of teams down south, but to go back to V, he mentioned a couple of weeks ago, and I wish he would have said my name, but when he mentioned about the north and south, about different conferences, because I brought that up to him during our conversation.
Yeah.
That would have enticed us teams more so to take part in the SFL as opposed to the current structure, because I feel like had you have had a north conference, northern conference and a southern conference and meeting in the NBA finals like he mentioned, you might have been able to sway us. I'll be completely honest with you. You might have been able to sway us, because players are prima donnas, They're big time.
Oh, I noticed.
They're big time. Well, like you said, they're coming from step whatever. They're big time. They don't want to be travelling. If you've put this team against that team in like a conference final or the SFL final, that will drive more interest as opposed to just weekly league games. And for me, I've seen these league games, and I just think the competitive spirit is not there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing with my own eyes on YouTube. I'm not there in person, because obviously we have games, but that's just what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's almost become stagnant. And I feel like the SFL need to take a step back and look at ways to improve the league, if that's what they want to do and if that's what they want to continue to drive. Because under no circumstances should there be a point, or should you come to a point where a team's come into your league, won it, and now are leaving. That is the biggest violation for me possible. That can't happen. I'm sorry. No, you've got to be throwing the kitchen sink. And for me, when I had discussions last season, we knew the things that we wanted, and it was just a quick conversation. It weren't hatch like we, this, that and the other. It was just a quick 10, 15 minute conversation. I remember exactly where I was, remember who it was with, and in my mind I was just like, is that it?
What did you want out of it? You wanted a bit of fairness, a bit of. Did you want any changes to the amount of times that they play each other? Because again, that's been brought up a number of times.
How many times do they play each other? Once.
Once.
And they have weeks apart.
Weeks apart. That's what I'm hearing from some of the teams. Like, there's weeks when they're not playing any games. Obviously, that leaves rooms for cup competitions and all the rest of it. But again, imagine if you get knocked out of the cup in the first round, then your team's not playing for a hell of a lot of time. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
How can that be a good thing?
I don't know. Like I said, it benefits some teams. Like I've heard Stratsy before, it benefits his team because again they enter into a lot of competitions and they do a lot of content outside of that. But if your sole aim is just to be in that league and you've got weeks upon weeks of no games, players lose interest.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're like, what's going on? Am I playing or not? Am I been dropped, or is the team's running? Is it been folded? So I get it from both sides of the coin. But yeah, it's more your opinion really.
I feel like I hear it, but I feel like in order to be the best version of yourself, you need to continuously be playing. Like, going weeks without a league game, I don't feel like that's a good thing. Obviously, we have to because we're in all these competitions.
Yeah.
But I feel like when it comes to the SFL, they need to restructure that. I think. I don't feel like what it is right now can get it to where it wants to get to. And I know where it wants to get to because I was in the meetings.
Yeah.
I was there front and centre with Derek and Selly asking questions.
And where do they want to get to? Ideally what? The best league in London, yes. But
the best league in England.
Yeah.
It wants to get to the best league in England. You've got some of the biggest teams in YouTube in your county, in London, but you don't have them all playing in the same league. How can you? That's what you need to pay a lot of attention to. I feel like I'll give free advice. When it comes to the SFL, there's teams, for example, there's the YouTube teams, and you've got the teams who aren't on YouTube, right? How can that drive your league? Do you see what I'm saying? You've got a team turning up in tracksuits, you've got another team not turning up in tracksuits. At least if you want to consider yourself as the best league around, have all your teams on, active on social media. Have them having the same kit, have them having the same tracksuits. At least make them look professional. We've got all of these tracksuits, but it's taken us a couple of years now. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. But at least we're turning up and we're looking like we're an actual team. Do you get what I'm saying? I feel like that's key to the naked eye. Someone who's just tuning in and watching your channel, watching your videos. Who's that? They all look, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For appearance. That might attract sponsorship. You never know. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like this league this year has become a bit more stagnant. Is that even the correct word?
Yeah. It has to, I think it has to still for a while. Like, I think it was good in terms of, and it's very positive in terms of recruiting AFC Hampstead Town and Highgate, who have obviously 100%. Now left. And then it did have, there was a tweet that I think I put up a post and then SC Dons replied back to it saying it's the best league because it has AFC Hampstead Town who've won this cup, Highgate have won this cup, Dons were in the Plumstead Cup final. So again, all of the teams there were getting into finals whether they're winning it or not. So it's great in that respect. But I get what you're saying in terms of, it's got to look the part. I agree as well with the socials, obviously being a media guy myself, like you can't be just solely relying on 5 teams or 4 teams that are on socials.
That's exactly
and the rest of them are not
pulling their weight.
Ideally in a YouTube league because you're not pulling your weight. Like everyone should be bringing something to the table, whether you've got 30,000 subscribers, whether you have 2,000 subscribers, you all got your different audiences.
Facts.
But again, you should all be driving towards this, and this should be almost like a prerequisite. If you're coming into this league, it is pretty much a YouTube league. That's how I thought it was at the start.
It should be the only YouTube league around. Obviously, there's different factors. Money plays a big part in that. I understand that. Like, and it's not cheap. We are fully aware of that. Videoing games and things like that. It just depends. because when we was in the meetings, we were asking questions and things like that. Where is the money going to come from in terms of filming games? Are you guys gonna film the games, every single game? Do you get what I'm saying? I think that would encourage people more so to participate, obviously, because the costs in it.
Yeah.
Like, are you paying for these pitches?
Yeah.
I don't know if they are this season. Are they?
I don't know.
Like, are you paying for these pitches? Are you paying for the referees? Because when you create a new league and you want to separate yourselves from the others, what are you doing different? Are you just putting these teams together?
Yeah.
In order to call it the best league in London or the best league in England?
Because essentially, like me and V have been saying, we could do that.
Exactly.
Because we've got the contacts to all of you lot. No. So we could have just done that.
Hey, Barnet League have been on our case. On our case. I think now since we...
What, to get you in?
To get us in there, yeah.
Is it?
We're not far away, you know.
What, Barnet to East London?
Hackney and Tottenham. What's the distance between that?
I get it.
The boys live in Dalston.
Okay.
The boys live in Dalston. The ground that we was constantly talking about was the Power League, where, what's that team's called? Heavy Hitters.
Yeah.
Where Heavy Hitters play. I don't
Yeah.
know if they still play there. Yeah, that's another team in Barnet League.
Yeah.
I don't know how they done this season, but yeah, Barnet League are on our case. Come and join us. All this, we're cool with them and whatnot. And we look around, but like, if I'm gonna join a league, I'd rather join their league than SFL. It's closer, it's more competitive in my eyes next season. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
So you're saying no to SFL then, is that?
I'm not shutting anything down because things can change. We're only in June right now.
Yeah.
Things can change. Like I said, there's things that I'm not happy about.
Yeah. In your own league?
In my own league.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm never happy.
Okay.
I'm never happy. Never happy.
In terms of the free, where's your head at right now as we're recording this? I know this will change and all the rest of it, but where's your head at right now?
You always have to go with the league that you're currently in.
Okay, so
because
stay with the home team.
they have more, like, they can throw more at you.
Yeah.
Should I say? And then I just think it's a toss up out of those two.
But you're slightly sliding with Barnet over SFL. That's the vibe I'm getting.
But again, it depends how you restructure things.
I mean, the Barnet League is looking strong.
No, I know.
It's healthy.
No, I know.
And
And
it's competition.
it's competition.
And again, what also goes in their favour, sorry to cut you,
No,
is
go
that
on.
they film their own games as well. So again, that obviously adds value. Where teams can't film their games, the league itself comes in and says, we'll provide you a service.
Well, they got the money. They've got the money to. And I don't know. I mean, is it English guy? Is it Europe? I don't know how that league is like. I don't know who's at the helm of that league entirely, but I deal with Adam and those boys. Again, I know they're connected to Highgate Albion,
Yeah.
but they're cool guys. They talk to us properly. I just feel like the conversations that we've had with the SFL hasn't actually gotten anywhere or gotten past a point where we're considering. Again, this hasn't happened yet because I haven't had conversations. I'm just talking about the past where we've been like, let's go through to the next stage and let's actually put this in motion. So yeah, for me, it's our league as it stands and whatever way you want to out of the other two.
Okay, fair enough. Let's talk about some players. First things first, a lot of players left and have came in. Let's talk about the ones that have left. Ash, you know, when I see the news come out that he's gone from, because Ash, when I saw the post come out, I was like, wow, really? He's gone from Ash to Bengali Messi now? And I'm like, wow, okay. And then I'm sure you put out a cryptic tweet saying, this will be revealed soon or something like that, or something along those lines. Anyway, talk to you about that. How did that
Do you know
come
what,
about?
yeah?
How did he drop that in the group chat?
Do you know what? Boy.
Talk to me, Kev.
Yeah, do you know what? I actually forgot about that. As in, I actually totally forgot that.
You tried to push it to the back of your mind?
I actually forgot that conversation, that you would even bring that up. Because I genuinely forgot about it. I weren't going to discuss it until, like, because we got end of season review coming out and whatever with the managers.
Yeah.
However, to address it, correctly, Ash knows. Ash, we're cool.
Did he snake you?
Depends how you look at it. Because
Did he tell you before it went out?
not me personally.
Ooh.
Not me personally. And the thing is, he did speak to management. He did speak to Derek. I feel like things could have been handled a lot differently in the lead up to it actually coming out. Because yeah, he did speak to Derek when everything was transpiring, but he had already spoken to Dons.
Okay.
And the thing is, me and Ash are cool. Like, I've had no issues with Ash. Ash is a top player. He should be a professional.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say he's got the capabilities of being a pro. Like, on his day, I don't know a 10 outside of Jermaine Francis and K Runner who can do what Ash does in that position in Sunday League. Right. So we talk on a daily basis. And yeah, the season's been a bit of it has been a shambles for us.
Yeah.
I think that played a big part in his decision to leave at that moment. Do you get what I'm saying? Because we speak every day, and then I was busy for whatever reason. On that Sunday, I was busy. I don't think I was talking to anyone that day. I could see my phone blowing up. I can see but when I'm on Do Not Disturb, no one get in contact with me, please.
Yeah.
No, just don't bother. Yeah. So in my mind, I'm thinking, this person's calling me, that person's calling me, Derek's trying to call me. And I just left it. The next day, Monday, I was in the office. I spoke to Derek. Derek was like, "Kev, you not heard what's going on?" And I was like, "What do you mean? What's going on?" He said, "Yeah, Ash." And I was like, "Yeah, Ash is he's talking about going to SC Dons." And I was like, my first question was, for what? That was my first question. Cup tied, can't play in the Nationals, can't play in London Cup. So I was thinking, for SFL? Really? So then it made me think, okay, you can understand Clout and X amount of subscribers and the whole media thing. I understand that. So from a player's point of view, I can understand you want more exposure. You want more eyes on you, because if you're still within a certain age or age bracket, you can become a professional. Who knows? So I think the decision was solely based on
Clout. You think he went for Clout?
For me personally, because I don't think if Hatch were on the same level in terms of eyes on us, that you leave. Because yeah, he left us during January and February, but he's been at all of our games in the last X amount of weeks.
Didn't he play for you the other day? I'm sure I've seen him in there.
He was at the final. We didn't select him. He was at a couple games before that against Brook. He couldn't play because we had X amount of players on the bench. He played against Flyhouse, so he has been with us.
So things are not working out as he seemed. The grass wasn't greener on the other side.
That's yet to be seen, because we still have to wait and see what happens next season. Because again,
but clearly, if he's signed for SC Dons and then he's come back already, not even the season's passed.
It depends how you look at it. Have they been playing league matches? I don't know. Have they been playing league matches in the time where we have been playing games? So I think what's going to be key is over the summer, because what happens next season when we're in London Cups, when we're in Nationals? Because once you play for one team, you can't play for the other team, and you can't. And next season, the way we're coming, but the way we're moving next season, we're not going to tolerate in out 1 week here. That's not happening next season. It's not happening next season. So it's gonna be a huge decision for himself, because he's a top player, man. Like, but at that time, I think feelings definitely got involved. I'll be real with you. And me, I'm petty. Like I said, I'm petty. I will ghost. I will keep receipts and things like that. But at the time, I was disappointed, because only because me and him never had a conversation.
Yeah.
And we talk every day about the team. So yeah, that's just my take on that whole situation. But there does need to be some question marks over the way he's been handled over there.
You think they're not treating him right? Because they gave him the rollout. They gave him the social media rollout. But did he start the final? I don't think he started the final.
I just watched the game the other day where he got hooked. He started hooked, came back on, and whatever. And I'm like, that could never happen at Hatch, because if you're a player, anyone can.
He was a star man at Hatch.
Right, but again, that goes back to players think that it's green on the other side.
Especially when, like, you know what it is? You know when you're like a bigger fish in a small pond? No disrespect to Hatch.
Facts.
That was you. That was him, sorry. And then obviously he's gone to SC Dons, where you've got all of these superstars, you know what I'm saying? That I saw when I was at the London Cup final, I was like, wow, these lot are superstars in the fans' eyes. Now you're just one of many. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a strange one. Like, how do you see it? Like, do you want to be the big fish in the small ponds, winning stuff, or you're one of many? And again, you've not ended up with any silverware this season.
100%. And I don't know about, because I haven't seen a lot of their games since he's gone there. I'll be real with you. I haven't seen a lot of their games. So I don't know if they're advertising him in the same way, or because, like I said, I watched the last couple of episodes against Hatcham. I hardly see him on there. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas he's a key component in our dressing room.
Yeah.
Like, and that, I look at that, I'm like, how can you be getting any clout from that if your screen time is literally 30 seconds?
Yeah.
In the whole episode. Again, that's yet to be seen.
Well, with Ash going out the door, obviously there was room for someone to come in the door. Pause. And again, someone from your local rivalries. We talked about rivalries earlier. Ade Cole, who once played for Baiteze. Talk to me about that. How did that come about?
No comment.
What do you mean, no comment? Was he tapping him up or what? Because he wasn't playing at Baiteze at the time, was he? Or was he still on the books? Was he registered? No, okay. He wasn't playing at the time. Because obviously, yeah. Because he played a lot under Billy's team. And then Tommy came in, made his changes, whatnot. And I believe, I don't know, he might have been playing non-league. So again, he wasn't able to play, whatever. And then obviously Ash went out the door and then you thought, you know what? Got to bring someone in who can...
Alright, so you want to know how it all went down?
Come on, man.
You want to know how
this
it all went down?
This is TV, man.
Alright, so basically, Ade's a top player, man. No one can deny that. I just feel like when we played against him, I just feel like Billy's had a certain structure and it was good. I mean, they were successful, especially in year one. I feel like last season was kind of internal stuff with the ops. Yeah. Which we don't need to get into, but I think there's a divide over there. By the way, I think there's a divide that they need to mask. You know,
what, old Baiteze versus new Baiteze?
I'm not getting into all of that.
Nah, come on, we're spilling tea over here. Come on, man.
Because I get one thing about me. I don't go out in search of information. I don't.
It just comes to
you. It just falls at my plate.
Ooh.
There's a lot of things about a lot of teams and players that this one's invited. You know, this one wants your number. This one, blah blah, and I'm just like, But the time was right. Long story cut short. Yeah. Ade's a player that we've always wanted at Hatch because we feel like he can fit in with the players that we've got. Look at the midfielders that we have, man. Like, you've got TY, you've got Kirk, you've got Ash, you've got Tyrone who can play in that middle of the park. Like, there's a lot of players who play like that. Yeah. He can slot right in. So how it went down was actually Sean messaged me.
Sean?
Ash.
Oh, Sean. Oh,
Ash on. Yeah, that's what I call him because that is his actual name. Yeah. Ash messaged me. Yeah. Kev, blah blah. He put a message inside the group. He actually put a message inside the group. Oh, boys, I'm sorry for the way I handled this, that, and the other. That was his first message.
Oh, was that a guilty message?
That was his first message. Boys, I'm sorry for the way, blah blah, but I'll make it up to you guys. This, that, and the other. Then he messaged me. Kev, I got a player. This, that, and the other. And that was like I said, that was his first message to me after his move to there. And that must have been, what is that, a couple of months? Yeah. A couple of months went by. And then I was like, okay, I'm listening. Got my attention. So now I'm all right, now I'm there on my phone. And he's gone, Ade Cole, boom, 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 number, this, that, and the other, register him. I was like, interesting. Get him to call me or something along them lines. Anyways, I've messaged Ade and I was like, right, so what's happening then? Talk to me. And he's responded and I've said, I'll call you tomorrow when I'm in the office. So I've called him the next day and we just chopped it up. We spoke for about half an hour and he kind of just said to me, look, like Saturdays, I'm playing on Saturdays, but I'm traveling here, I'm traveling there. I'm not feeling the love. I'm falling out of love for the game. So I was like, listen, just come down. You know how we are. I don't expect to give you no contract, not literal contract. A contract where it's saying, oh, I need you have to turn up every single week. Just come down and see what it's like. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. For us, he's been there almost every week. Yeah. Since he's been, and that's with him going back to Walthamstow. Because I know he's skipping now and he's doing bits over there at Walthamstow. So he's acclimatising himself to our way. And he likes it. That's all I can say about that. But that's how the move went down. I spoke to him, and he's all in, man.
He's all in. Okay, so Ash out, Ade in. Cool. And there's a couple more players that came in. Montel came in as well, who from Takers. What a player.
Montel, man. Hey, that guy.
Monster, bruv. Although, Montel, I must say, that sitter that you missed that went over the bar, woo, had me chuckling for a while, son. Had me chuckling for a while. But yeah, great player that you got in there, must say. I also want to talk about a player that I think he doesn't play for you no more. Anyway, Jermaine Francis, because I just want to talk about him and his rise. I've obviously seen him at a team that we've both been at before, which we won't mention. But I just want to talk about him now, where he's gone from now, like to hashtag, now at Barnet, international now. Like
just playing last night, innit?
Yeah.
Playing live last night against.
Mental, just to see his rise, man. Like.
Yeah, man, I got a lot of respect for that kid. Respectfully, I call him a kid because I think he's still young. I think he's probably 20 now, if that. He's putting hard work.
Yeah. Essentially,
I've seen him grow from a boy to a young man because we never doubted his ability. It was never his ability. It was his mentals. It's hard when you get let go from academy, and that's the position that he was in. And you know, he earned everything. He put in the hard work. Like you said, he was playing with myself, and then he moved on to Coggeshall. And then from Coggeshall, he moved to hashtag while still playing for us on a Sunday. So he's putting in the hours, whether it's Saturday, Sundays, wherever, and he's training at these places, goals every single other day, during the day. So he bet on himself. I call it year one. The reason I call it year one is because of our YouTube journey. Year one, he wins the London Cup, the treble with us. He gets a lot of clout from that. He goes over to hashtag, a lot of clout from there as well. Do you know what I mean? Hashtag, obviously, we know what they're doing in the game on YouTube, and gets them promoted. Do you know what I'm saying? So naturally,
and he becomes a star over there as well. I've seen him just in terms of he's always been a very quiet guy, from my experience anyway. But again, when I saw him on hashtag, he's becoming a star. Like fans are interacting with him, engage with him. You know, he's becoming that guy, and it's great to see, man.
100%.
It's great to see.
100%. How many people would do 1 year contracts like that? Unless you're LeBron James.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? He's the only player who has the power to do 1 year contracts and things like that. But he betted on himself. 1 year at Coggeshall, 1 year at hashtag, 1 year at Chelmsford. But the thing is, prior to him going to Chelmsford, look at all that noise that was on Spaces, on Twitter Spaces.
About what?
What was that thing called? 30 Stories.
Yeah.
Look at the amount of people that were sending for him.
Saying what?
You didn't see it?
No, I must have
missed it. Man. Everyone was sending for him. He had to join the 30 Stories because I think there was a tweet out from one of my former teammates.
Yeah.
I'll name Chris. Chris Smith put out a tweet about something. You know Chris Smith?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He put out a tweet. He put out a tweet, and it got some traction, 1,000 whatever. And then they discussed that tweet on.
What was the tweet around?
Oh man, I've got it saved on my phone somewhere. As always, I've got it saved on my phone somewhere. Maybe I might be able to send it to you, Matt. Screenshot. But it was centered around Jermaine. It was centered around him.
Positively or negatively?
I would say negatively.
Oh really?
Yeah, I would say negatively.
In regards to what though? How can you be negative about a young man trying to better himself? I don't get it. What was?
I think it was around agents.
Okay. Because he had an agent at the time?
Something to do with agents and money and something along them lines. I haven't seen it for over a year now, but it was something along them lines. So anyway, we're all in the 30 Stories, whatever, and people are sending, so what's like, yeah, join this. So anyways, Jermaine's now joined the chat.
Yeah.
So he's there live, and he's come inside there, and he's like, pause. He's like, so what? What's man saying? What are people saying? Like to the, I think his name's Mike's and someone else.
Yeah. Because
they host it. Good job, by the way. So it's like, what's man saying? What are people talking about? So he's gone on there and backed himself. He's like, look, like, I don't know why everyone's coming for me and this, that and the other. Like, I'm me and I'm always going to be the way I am. Some people say that he didn't equip himself correctly. Some people say that, yeah, you have to defend yourself. And big up to Teniola, by the way, because he came inside there and he was defending him, like, straight up. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So
I still don't get what was they saying negative just because he was taking 1 year contracts or because he had an agent. Is that what they were?
no, I think it was more so centered around the agent.
Okay.
More so
You could
around.
tell. Look, obviously everyone at non-league can say like they can play ball, but you could tell there's something about him in particular that you could see going very far.
100%.
Like he wasn't meant to play just at a step 4 club or whatever. Not for too long anyway.
No, especially having that talent at that age.
Yeah.
Bro.
And you can tell he's brandable, hence the reason why, like, #United, every single time I was going on the video, he's in their thumbnail.
He's Starboy.
Yeah.
Starboy.
You could tell.
Because realistically, he's got the image of that word Starboy. Do you get what I'm saying? He's young, like, he equips himself correctly, like...
He doesn't get himself into any bother, from my knowledge anyway. He's not like that way inclined. He's a exciting winger who can also play like across the front line as well. So again, that's what kids want to see.
You're going to get 100% from him every single game. Like, even when I was playing, even till now, when I play football with him, like, I know that the youngsters nowadays are better than how we was back in the day. For me, I feel like they play more, but like, all the wingers that I've played with, and I've been playing with him for like 4 years now. When I get the ball at left back, he played left midfield, and just the way he makes himself available, evades challenges and all this, I'm like, he shouldn't be doing that. Do you get? He's one of them players. He shouldn't be doing that. But somehow he's able to get away from that and create space and produce at the end of the day. And that's what the topic was about. What it turned into is you're doing it at Sunday League. You're doing it at whatever Ryman South or whatever league that Coggeshall we're in. Can you do it at a higher stage?
Yeah.
So yeah, he went and proved that he can do that at Chelmsford for a year. He gets the national call up, and now he's a professional footballer. Like, he's playing at Barnet. So if I'm him, and again, I don't know if he's actually said anything or addressed what people were saying, there's nothing to say. The contract, you know, he signed a 2-year deal at Barnet. There's nothing more to say. Just post the picture and just go about your business. So fair play to him, man. Like, obviously, we're always going to support him. He loves Hatch. He's in our chats. He played in our last game. Come on, man. How can you want anything negative from someone who's striving for greatness?
There you go, man. And Jermaine, I welcome you to come onto the hot seat and have your say as well, sooner rather than later, because I know you'll get too big time one day and you'll be like playing Prem ball and I'll be like, I can't speak to you no more. So, but yeah, again, like I want the best for him, because again, he's a good kid and again, he's a talented player.
100%.
So yeah, I want to get into, I want to get here your Sunday League 11. All right, so you should have come prepared. I should have prepped you, but you should always have this in the back burner. I want to hear your Sunday League 11 from the players that are on YouTube. Maybe some that are not, because again, people that watch this do have Sunday League knowledge outside of the teams on YouTube. But talk to me about your Sunday League 11, starting off with your goalkeeper.
What's this, all time or this season or what?
All time this season, a team that people would know and, you know, debate about.
Firstly, I'd go for Hatch from 2 years ago, number one, just to get that out of the way, disclaimer. However, answering his question...
You just put the whole 11 in there?
Answering his question, goalkeeper, I always back Martin.
Do you believe he's the best Sunday League keeper?
I definitely think 2 years ago he was. I think, and I will tell him himself, I think lack of concentration and outside interference and things like that has definitely played a part in his performances this season, like a lot of us at the club. Yeah, so I think there's been a dip with him and me and everyone else, what have you, in performances. But 2 years ago, definitely, 100%, and that's not being biased. The guy was making ridiculous saves, man. I know it's not only about saves, and some people are vocal, but listen, don't even get me started. Then you see some of the goals they're conceding, and it's like suspect, because those goals being conceded in our team, nah, man, you're not getting away with that, and you'll hear about it. So again, I don't know what happens at other clubs, because when we lose, there's an inquest. There's an inquest, especially individual mistakes. So I'll leave it at that. So yeah, Martin will be my goalkeeper.
Defence, what are we saying? Trem right back? I can't really think of it.
Trem right back, man. Trem right back. I haven't seen UTR's centre back play too much.
Tolu?
Yeah, I haven't seen them play too much. We've never played them. Like, we've never.
Not yet, but if you come to the dark side.
There he goes with that one.
But yeah, you could have Tolu in there. Who else is there?
I will always back Billy and Saul.
Okay.
I will always back Billy and Saul. I know Saul's he's a comedian this season, but I'll always back them too. Billy especially, he's top, man.
Yeah.
He's solid, but obviously he's been out for the season, done his Achilles.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd go with those. Left back, I wouldn't put myself in there this season.
Gio? Baiteze?
Yeah, I'd say he's finished the season. Was he playing at the beginning?
I don't know at the beginning, but definitely at the end he was.
Yeah, no, I see him at the end. I put him inside. I put him in there.
Okay.
Centre midfield. This is probably going to be the most interesting one because Tyrone Hemmings walks into everybody's midfield. For me personally,
Okay.
what that guy can do in the middle, boy. See, it's political if I don't put my players inside there.
You don't have to listen. There's other players out there, man. You know, do you go with Ash or do you go with Ade? Do you go with Jackson Mootis or do you go with I don't know?
But he's given you 3 or 4 games this season.
I don't know. Listen, this is your Sunday League 11, bro. I'm asking you.
Alright, cool. So in the middle, I'd go with Tyrone and Mix. See, that's just Hatch though.
It's up to you, man. Listen, back your team, man. Back your team. This is your Sunday League 11. If you want to put in all Hatch players or some majority, then go for it. If you want a little sprinkle of a little Baiteze in there, it's a little Highgate in there. You talked about Lonit, you know. If you want to put.
Oh yeah. No, I have to put him inside there. I have to put Lonit inside there.
So you're going 3 in the mid.
Yeah, I have to put Lonit inside there.
Okay. Wide players.
Wide players. I like.
You said you liked K Runner.
I like K Runner. I like Samurai. I wish Samurai gave me more games. So this season I'd probably go with K Runner and I'd go with that Baiteze guy. What do they call him? The other one.
Obi.
He played against the
Blacks.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, Doku.
Yeah, him. Yeah. I like him.
Yeah.
And up front, I will go with the hitman, Dan Coldridge. People are going to say, okay, him or Black Sonic. Listen, there's a lot of questions around that guy. People are...
What's the question? Talk to me, man.
People, listen, whether it's in our locker room or whether it's people talking, I hear it all the time, oh, what was that player like that you played against? What is it? Oh, he's no good. He misses a bag of chances. Listen, he's effective for what he does, right? And that's all you can be.
Josh you're talking about, yeah?
Yeah. Josh. He's effective for what he does, and at the end of the day, they've won the double this season.
Yeah.
Like, everyone sees or everyone knows what's coming, but
how do you stop it?
How do you stop it? I feel like, I'm not going to give away too much, but there's ways in which you can prevent that.
How? Because I was having this conversation with V, and
there is.
How do you stop it? Because you got that pace, that raw pace. And again, like you said, he might not finish every single chance. No striker does. But at the same time, if you're getting in behind every single time, at Sunday League level especially, how do you stop it?
I can't tell you that. Because
unless you put a cape on him or something like that, or trip him up or whatever.
No, do you know what? I think it goes down to the centre-backs who... the centre-backs and the manager. Because you have to be able to adapt and play differently to how you're playing the striker that you played against the week before.
Yeah.
You can't go into that game playing one way because they got a bag of relay runners. Like, they got relay runners. And it only hit us for the first time when we played them in Loughton and we drew 3-3. That was the first time I was like, I have to make in-game adjustments.
Yeah.
Because it was an onslaught of, not even onslaught, but like every single time that guy in the middle turned, it was channels.
Yeah.
Like...
They're looking. It was in the centre of the park at the time.
It's that one person.
Yeah.
The one person that gets it left foot open up and then it's...
Imid?
No. Left foot as weaker touch, open up and then it's the spray. You know who that person is? It's a little clip, right? It's a little clip over the top, right? It's a clip over the top and it's effective. Like, I don't understand how people can hate. Like, what do you want to see? Do you want to win or do you want a certain brand of football? What do you want to do?
Yeah, I want to win. I ain't rocking up on a Sunday to not win.
And what's the quickest way to get the ball forward?
The channels go long.
And they've been effective at doing that.
Yeah.
So, so to go back, I'd put Dan Coldridge as my striker, but that's not to take anything away from Josh.
Okay. Talk about YouTube content creation. Obviously, you're the guy behind all of Hatch Lane, I'm guessing, in terms of not filming, but obviously editing and the social posts and stuff like that. How is that process? Because that is my world. People don't understand the hours you have to put in, the time you miss out on, you know, the money it costs and all the rest of it. It's hard, isn't it?
I think the most important thing is having a conversation with someone who actually does that for a living. Do you get what I'm saying? Because people in the club don't understand how difficult it is. Like, everyone will message you and it's like, oh, when is this coming out?
Yeah.
Is this ready? Can I get this? Can I get that? And it's like, they're the messages that you hate the most.
I hate it.
Because the simple answer to that is, it's out when it's out.
Yes.
Because you have to work around
A
your
9 to
schedule.
5, your missus, your family, you know, your own life as well. And again, bearing in mind you're going through over 90 minutes worth of footage to then put into 20 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever. It's long, it's laborious, it's boring at times.
It's tiring.
It's very tiring.
Like, you literally live with your laptop.
Yeah.
I have to take my laptop everywhere because I might get a little hour to edit or chop up. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's not like, it's not easy, man. So yeah, man, when you're doing everything by yourself, even if you've got a couple of people with you, chopping things up, it's difficult because you don't sleep, especially when you're recording things. People don't understand, like, you're recording things, especially, it's different for me and you, I guess, because I'm part of the actual team. So when I'm recording things to get people, but I'm not able to live in the moment.
Yeah.
I'm not able to celebrate with people because I'm trying to get content for the channel. Do you get what I'm saying? And I miss out on all of that. Like, but for me, it's for the betterment of the team and obviously the camaraderie, because it's like, who else is going to do it?
Yeah.
Because it's, again, we're a self-funded club. Like, and it costs a lot of money. Like, I think when people actually understand how much it costs to film and how much it costs to edit, then it will make sense. Because editing, you can quote me a price and I'll be like, yeah, you know what? I'll save the money in my pocket. We've had that conversation.
Yeah, but then when you sit down and do it yourself, you're like, ooh, I get these 8 hours back or however long it takes me back for myself, or I outsource it and then give it to this guy and I know it's done. I don't have to look at it, or I only look at it when it's done, that sort of thing. So it's weighing up those costs. But again, it does take a lot of time, people. Do you know what I mean? Even putting this video out, it takes a lot of time to put out and stuff like that. So these are the sort of things that people don't see unless you do it, if you're in the mix. But I just want to stay on the topic of content creation in terms of other teams. What other teams do you like look up to and say, well, not look up to, but admire and say, look, I like what they do because of X, Y, and Z? Because for me, obviously we're going to say the Dons, you know, their stuff is great, but I also look at other teams that are trying to implement different things into their content. Like, for example, Saha, I don't know if you watch their content, but the use of the 360 GoPro the managers have, that's nice. That's something different. Yeah, I don't know if there's anyone else that you might see.
I watch a lot. I watch a lot of teams, whether it's for one game or whatever. I watch a lot of teams.
Yeah.
For me, I first started because I don't feel like they get enough credit. Palmers FC.
Yeah.
Like, people need to understand they built a following before, like,
all of this.
Before all of this. Obviously, they're not around now, and it was a jolly up. But at the end of the day, they started like this whole YouTube thingy, and like, I've watched probably every single one of their videos. Then obviously, being in Hackney, you watch the ops. Prior to coming onto YouTube, SC Don's always been following them. And then what happens is we got ourselves into that as well. And then after us, other teams get in our league. You've got Brook, you've got Flyhouse tried it as well. But
London All Stars, they still?
London All Stars tried it. No, but they're a Saturday team now, aren't they?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've converted into a Saturday team. Rising Ballers, of course. Takers were a YouTube team. Even this season, I started watching Carpet FC. My two cousins played for them. Yeah. I've watched that Palace Saint Germain. I've watched them as well. Yeah. Because I like to see different things. That's the one thing about me. I'm always thinking, like, of something new. And how I can implement that on our side. Yeah. Because I don't feel like everything is the same in terms of teams. Yeah, you've got your match content, but that's a standard. Yeah. But what are you adding around that?
That's what. And this is the same conversation I had with V.
That's important. How do you separate yourself from that? And like, this is a time where I'm gonna go away and think of how where we're looking to build in the future. Obviously, the Wall always followed them. Yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough because where do you go to find new that somebody's not doing?
Yeah. Yeah, all it needs sometimes is a little tweaking. Like even another example, Under the Radar, where they have, when someone scores a goal, they flick to that guy in the Sky Sports studio. That's different. That's something different.
But how do they get that content? Do you get what I'm saying? Obviously, I know how they do it, but that takes a lot of hard work.
I know.
That takes a lot of hard work.
I know.
Like even Manny doing the commentary live, like I big him up for doing that. We tried to do that. We done that as well with our fives. Off the back of that, do you get what I'm saying? Like I see that, I was like, oh cool, that looks good. Let me get Tevan to do our commentary on our fives that same way. So yeah, man, I'm always looking around for for new ways to add. And Hammersmith, like they don't feel. Was it you who was doing?
Yeah,
the filming?
it was me who's just covering them because again, local to here, I know the team quite well. But again, they would be a good team. There's a lot of good teams that are off YouTube, like Hammersmith Town's one of them, Highgate Album's another one of them. Heavy Hitters, I'm trying to influence them to try and get onto the Sunday League YouTube
Kitchener,
team.
oh, that's another one. I watch them all the time.
Yeah, I like them because again, the brothers, innit?
Yeah. I'd like to see more teams up north.
That would be the one for me because again, shout out to Faz who does Sunday League settings. I don't know if he covers he's basically me in Birmingham.
I'll swear.
Yeah. And he does a lot of all the Birmingham teams. Like he covered Trooper who won the Nationals and stuff like that. So he does like a game of the week. Because obviously it's impossible to get around to all the teams at the same
100%.
time. But yeah, I agree with you. Like I would like to see a team in Manchester start up, a team in Leeds start up, a team in Newcastle start up. Because again, it would add a bit more, bit of variety.
100%. And one thing that I've noticed as well, just quickly, is like I got to shout out the Liverpool Business League or whatever it is over there, because I've watched a couple of their games and I'm like, yo, like, are these man? Do they know each other? Like, are they actual ops? Because if you're talking about rivalry, they're actual rivalries.
Yeah.
Like every single game, like it's a different brand of football up there. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like. It's on site over there. It's on site. So shout out to whoever comes out on top in the whatever team wins their divisions. Yeah. Shout out to them. But again, I'd like to see more teams over that side on YouTube so that I can pay more attention to them as well.
Yeah, fair enough. You recently partnered up with COPA90.
Yeah.
For and Under Armour, right? It's a joint collaboration, was it? How did that come about?
So we have. So a guy who runs, I don't know if you know the Gun Football Club, they play in Hackney and Leighton League.
Okay, yeah.
I think the gaffer over there is called Alan Bondi.
He used to work at Mondial.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, shout out to Bondi, yeah.
Right, so Bondi, obviously, a lot of his Mondial players play for us. Dan Mack, T.Y., Tyler Hines, Ash, I mean, they've played for us. They played there, so obviously he's always been keeping tabs on us. He knows Samurai, he knows Ash, Kirk, Jermaine, and things like that. So there was a campaign going between COPA90 and Under Armour, and he was like, "There's only one team that you can put in this. It has to be Hatch Lane." Like he didn't want to put forward a team who already has 20,000, 250,000, and whatnot. So he was like, "It's got to be the next best thing." They're proven, they've been running longer than any team out there. So yeah, it would be great to just give them an opportunity. So yeah, he put our names out there, and the guys at COPA90, I've been in touch with them like every single day. And it's just, what it opened my eyes to is the kind of things that you can get when you have a team behind you. Yeah. Like that's the most important thing for me. Yeah, we're gonna get exposure and we're gonna get sponsors coming left, right and centre. But obviously, going into next season, we want to be able to implement and have a team of media and people actually editing things outside of myself. They filmed us on the lead up to the cup final, met up with a few of the boys, done a whole host of recording. Shout out to them, man. They gave us a load of freebies. Let me tell you that, a bunch of freebies, and we'll wait and see what happens with Under Armour. So yeah. Okay, you might need to hook me up, man. Come on. Is that what it is? Yeah, come on. Before we go, I've got to do another little quick game. All right. It's called Sunday League Pick a Side. Okay. Right. So, quite simple. Pretty much this or that, but I call it Sunday League Pick a Side. Yeah. Right. We'll start off with the obvious one: Baiteze or SE Dons. SE Dons. Okay. Because they're the ops. Don Stratzy or Joe Mensah? Joe Mensah. London Cup or Nationals? Nationals. Sunday League or non-league? Sunday League. I don't want people talking. Sunday League.
Your PSG home kit or your PSG away kit?
Home kit.
Okay. Derek, Ben or Selly?
Oh, come on, man. What?
You gotta pick one.
What?
Pick a side.
Where's the drink, man?
No. Don't sit on the fence. Pick a side.
What?
Pick one, man.
Yeah. Let me go with my Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben, all
Yeah,
right,
I'm gonna
cool.
play it safe. I'm gonna let Derek and Sedi fight. Let me go with Uncle Ben.
Addy Cole or Ash?
Oh, come on, man.
No, come on, this is risky. Come on, sit me
What's
off.
this, man? Ashan, man.
Yeah.
Ash, yeah.
Jermaine or Montel?
Bruv.
That's the final
No,
one.
Jermaine's
man.
my boy, man. Jermaine's my boy. Jermaine.
Okay, fair enough. All right, cool then. You passed, you're done. You might be cancelled from Hatch Lane, your own team, but you're done. Again, next season plans. Talk to me. Give me some insight into what's going on.
So we're already planning. Like I said, there will be some new faces. There'll be changes. We've got a new home ground as well for whichever league that we decide to go in. I think what's going to be key for us is making a decision on the county cups. That's what is going to be a big decision for us and how we want to manage the season. Like I said, new faces, etc. Yes, our main goal, of course, we want to win the league back, but I think the Nationals is the only trophy we haven't won. You know, so that takes precedence over everything, in my opinion, because we want that. Like, do you know what I mean? So we've got plans as well, sponsorship and things like that. I want to make it into an actual Sunday League club in terms of different ages and things like that.
So all throughout the ages, like
all throughout
under sevens,
yep,
all the way.
all the way up. One of the big things as well is when I went to speak to the England women's team, they've, what's going on? You're going to get a women's team going? I promised them I'm going to get a women's team going. So we're looking at that as well, because that's a market that people are not tapping into, or I think more people should be tapping into.
Yeah.
So if we can help, I feel like every guy in football should be talking more about women's, the women's game, and trying to help grassroots football as much as possible, because there's a lot of talent out there, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's areas that we can tap into. So yeah, man, I want to create a women's team as well, and yeah, man, that's our immediate plans.
Friendlies for the summer. There's some teams that you probably haven't played yet. You said you never played under the radar, right?
That's far though, man.
Listen, it's a one-off friendly, man. So
I mean, if they wanna travel to Loughton or Hackney Marshes, then cool. But
Highgate, AFC Hampstead Town.
no, because the thing is, we play Highgate every single year now, don't we? In the Nationals or what do you call it, or the London Cup.
Yeah.
Which we didn't discuss about the London Cup actually, but we'll speak about it off cam.
Hold on.
No, we'll speak about it off cam.
No.
But anyways, friendlies.
Nah,
we're
we're
starting in August. We're starting in August, the friendlies. So if you want a game, just hit us up, send us a message on DM, and yeah, man, that's it. If you can host as well, that would be ideal. So yeah.
Even though you got the best pitch. Hold on, London Cup, man. You can't exit like that, man.
So I said, I don't know, I just had a thought the other day, because I feel like the London Cup is, we've got to constantly evolve. And I feel like as a community, London, if you've got an idea, then just pitch it. But again, I feel like that's dependent on your fixture list.
Yeah.
Right? So I sent a message to Jamal the other day. This is a bit of news. I sent a message to Jamal. How many teams joined the London Cup in the first round? He told me 64 or something like that.
Yeah.
Whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. Is that true? 64 teams?
I thought it'd be more than that, to be fair, but...
In the first round, 64, 32, 16, 8, maybe. Okay, cool. Well, maybe. But I was kind of thinking, is there not a way that you can create some sort of Champions League format?
I was about to say, is that what you're looking to do? Like,
I feel like that would give more value to the London Cup than what it is right now, because I don't feel like the best team actually wins. No, that's not correct, because the best team does win, but I feel like...
Is it a bit like, do you feel like, because again, me and V had this conversation, is it like the Nationals where you play your region first before later on playing teams up and down the country, and really and truly, if you're entering the nationals, you want to be playing them from the get-go. I want to be, if I'm in your shoes, I want to be playing the best team in Liverpool or the best team in Manchester straight away. I don't want to have to wait till round 4 or whatever it is. Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yeah, man. I just feel like, I don't know whether you could, I don't know, again, it's about the games and the amount of games, but I feel like if everyone came in unison, I kind of thought to myself, okay, cool, get the first round out of the way, but then could you not do a group thingy after that? He said 32 teams. Can you not do 4-4-4? I don't know, right? Where they just play each other once and then they move through to the knockout stages. Is that not something that they could do? I just feel like that would put more impetus on the London Cup, because you're calling it most prestigious, this, that, and the other, blah, blah. But is it really though? Like, I just feel like, let's say, for example, let's say, hypothetically speaking, let's say, for example, Hatch, Baiteze, Highgate, Essidons go out in the first round.
Yeah.
Are people actually tuning in after that? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Like, and there's that could happen. Like, it genuinely could happen. Are we going to be taking part? Anyway, yeah, so like, yeah, anyway, just a quick, yeah. So I just feel like if they could do something like that, I feel like the London Cup would be like top dollar.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it's good already, but again, there's always room for improvement, right?
Course.
So, yeah, well, we've discussed a lot. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Should the London Cup be changing? Again, a lot of stuff that we discussed. Let us know your thoughts, man, because, yeah, it's been interesting. It's been an interesting chat, hasn't it?
Come on, man. Make the journey down here. I can only speak for once. This is my one and only time, besides the episode that we're going to release when we're all sat together, the managers. But yeah, first time speaking about certain things, and yeah.
All right, man. It's been a pleasure, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you very much for coming down all the way to sunny West London. And yeah, shout out Kit on Demand for nice new socks as well. Thank you very much for those. And yeah, see you guys all in a bit. Peace.